Good day everyone. Today I will talk about digital self, which is how we present ourselves online and how we shape our identity.
Introduction. Welcome to Module 11, the digital self and other in cyberspace. In this module, we'll explore how our identities are shaped and presented online, examining the intricacies of our digital presence and our interaction with others in the vast expanse of cyberspace.
First, the construction of the self in cyberspace. The construction of the self in cyberspace refers to how individuals create and present their identity in the online world. In digital platform, people carefully choose what to post, what photo to upload, and what information to share. Unlike in real life, where identity is naturally shown through face-to-face interaction, online identity can be edited and controlled. This allows individuals to highlight their strength, talent, opinions, and interests, shaping how their others perceive them. Second, cyber identity and mental health. Cyber identity has a strong impact on mental health because online interaction influence how people see themselves. Positive comments, like and supportive message can increase confidence and make individuals feel valued. Online space can also provide comfort and connections, especially for those who find it difficult to express themselves in real life. Third, social media and identity formation. Social media plays an important role in identity formation, especially during adolescence when individuals are still discovering who they are through posting, sharing opinions, and interacting with other people. Explore their interests, beliefs, and values. Exposure to different cultures, trends, and perspectives also influence how individuals shape their identity. Feedback from friends and followers can strengthen or challenge a person's self-image. While social media helps individuals express themselves and connect with others, identity formation should not rely only on online validation. True identity develops through real-life experience, personal reflection, and meaningful relationships, with social media serving as one influence in that
Selective
process.
self-presentation is the process of management according of Gioma of 1959 in 1995. Self-presentation is the process of controlling how is one of perceived by other people, and it is the key to relation, exception, and develop. To contract positive images, individuals selectively provide information about them and carefully takes this information in response to another's feedback. Anything posted online should be considered public no matter what our privacy settings. Let us say student wrote online about how much he hated another student in his school as started bullying him online. Does it matter is if the student said, will this is my personal account. Even if the student wrote it in the private account, it can it can become public with quick screen picture and shared which the word personal identify is the interpersonal level of the self which different in the individual. Quick from others, which is social identify if the levels of self friendly in the individual is identified by his on her group. Membership Bill of 2013 explained that sharing ourselves is not longer when new longer and new and has been trusted as soon as woman being were formed digital device help us share information broadly more than before. For those who are avid use for Facebook, it is possible that their social media friends are more update about friendly activities, connection, and truth that their immediate families, theirs and theirs and where Once private are shared only with close friends and posted blogs which can be viewed by anyone. In website like clicks are photo back that use arms links photograph identifies and major challenges. Thank you. Impact of online interaction of the self. Online interaction can have a significant impact on an individual self-presentation and behavior. Here are the same key points to consider. First one is self-esteem. Online interaction can influence an individual's self-esteem as the key may receive validation of criticism from others, reflecting how they view themselves. Second is identity formation. Imagining in the online interaction can contribute to the formation of one's digital identity, which may differ from their online person. Third is personal comparison. People often compare themselves to others online, which can impact their self-image and lead to feelings for inequality or superiority. Fourth is com- com- communication skills. Online interaction can influence an individual communication styles and ability to express themselves, both positively and negatively. Fifth is emotional well-being. The nature of online interaction such cyberbullying supportive communities can significantly impact an individual's emotional well-being. Fifth is, last is privacy concern. Managing online presence and interaction can affect feelings of security and control over personal information. It is important to recognize the potential impact of online interaction on the self and negative or healthy and meaningful approach to managing digital space.
Extended Self in a Digital World, Russell W. Bell. This section specifically references Russell W. Bell concept of how possessions and digital artifacts contribute to an individual's extended self in the digital realm. According to Russell W. Bell, the extended self means that the things we own can become part of our identity. In the digital world, this idea expands to include our online possessions such as social media, profiles, pictures, posts, and other digital content. These digital items are not just tools for communication, they also represent our personality, interest, memories, and experience. Through them, people can express who they are and how they want others to see them. In today's digital age, our online presence has become an important part of our self-identity. The way we present ourselves on digital platforms can shape how others perceive us and even influence how we understand ourselves. Because of this, the digital world allows individuals to extend their identity beyond the physical and world and into the online space. That's all. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jerry Stolin. I'm going to report about boundaries of the self online. Let's explore the distinction between private and public aspect of the online self, as well as individual versus social identity, and touch upon gender and sexuality online. The public aspect of the online self refers to the information or content that a person chooses to share with others on the internet. These are things that people are comfortable showing to friends, followers, or the public. For example, posting selfies or pictures with friends, sharing school achievements, posting hobbies like dancing or drawing, and updating status about daily activities. The private aspect of the online self refers to personal information that a person decides to keep secret to protect their privacy and safety. These are things that should not be shared publicly online. For example, home address, phone number, passwords, personal family problems.